Good evening, and welcome to Late Night Review, where we talk about what's happening
and what's not.
I'm Jack Overbeck.
And I'm Jamie Dunaway, and here are tonight's top stories.
Well, a lot has happened since we were last on the air. There's a coronavirus going around, which is not as fun as it sounds. Impeached President Donald Trump was acquitted in the Senate, and Mayor of New York Bill de Blasio dropped out of the race for the Democratic nomination. See, there's a silver lining in any situation.
The U.S. Army has commissioned a study using the brainwaves of gamers to train swarms of military robots. These new drones might dive bomb anyone who is conventionally attractive and/or a woman, but, okay, on the bright side, you don't need jet fuel to power them. E-Girl Spit does the job just fine.
Amazon has begun quietly removing Nazi-themed books from sale on their website, reversing their previous pledge to sell, quote, the good, the bad, and the ugly, which I'd assume means To Kill a Mockingbird, Mein Kampf, and, of course, The Art of the Deal.
This week, archaeologists have reportedly uncovered an ancient Egyptian board game of death used to summon fantastical creatures from the afterlife. They're currently keeping the board game hidden away under heavy guard for fear that it may spawn remakes and, even worse, sequels.
A Las Vegas man, pictured here while on patrol, was accused last year of planning to attack a synagogue and recently pled guilty to possession of components to make a bomb. What? This guy? This guy right here. The one looking like he dressed up as Call of Duty for Halloween? Yeah, of course he did. He probably wanted Joker to win Best Picture, too. In recent news, a woman has apparently said that she would like to recant her vote for Pete Buttigieg after finding out that he is, in fact, gay. Here to talk about this is his campaign manager, Mike Schmoll. Mike Schmoll, everybody!
Good evening, Jack and Jamie. We here at Pete for America just wanted to say that we are deeply troubled that this woman had this misunderstanding.
Right. It's honestly a little concerning that she was so uninformed about one of the major candidates.
Exactly, Jack. This incident is highly problematic, and we just wanted to say that misinformation about our candidate, Mayor Pete, is something that we take very seriously.
Does this kind of thing happen often? Do voters really not know that Pete Buttigieg is gay?
What?!
Do other people not know that Pete is gay?
That is hilarious, Jamie, but I can assure you, my friend Pete is not a homosexual.
Wait, you do know that Pete is officially married to his husband, Chasen, right?
Believe me, if my candidate, my childhood friend, was gay for somebody, I would know. In order to explain this, actually, in a minute, Pete and his brother Chasen are actually going to come out.
I thought they were already out.
Well, we haven't had any official statements, so anything that you have heard on the matter probably came from a closet of misinformation.
Has Pete been offered any backdoor deals?
Well, he is a front runner, so a lot of the other candidates are definitely watching him from behind.
But I'm sure that a lot of people can get behind Pete, right?
Well, let's not forget the hundreds of people who are under him right now.
Okay, so let me ask you this. What do you think is the relationship between Pete and Chasen?
Between you and me, Chasen and Pete are like two peas in a pod. They like all the same things, they eat all their meals together, they're always leaving campaign meetings together. I think they might even be adopting a child together. They practically live together at this point.
Honestly, Mike, I'm kind of curious on how you haven't figured this out yet.
Wait. Meals, leaving together, practically live together. Pete and Chasen aren't brothers, are they? They're roommates!
Mike Schmoll, everybody!
Federal prosecutors have asked a judge to sentence Roger Stone, a former confidant and advisor to President Trump, to, quote, between 7 and 9 years in prison. while Batman recommended he receive justice.
Canadian scientists at the Hydrogen Intensity Mapping Experiment are reporting that one of their telescopes has been picking up fast radio bursts arriving at Earth every 16 days. These could be energy emissions from some periodically rotating celestial body, like a quasar, or maybe even an incessant repeating message like, "Hi Jack, it's Daniel with Bernie 2020. Young people are leading the movement to take on the billionaire class and transform America from the bottom up. Are you in for Bernie?"
Cindy Crawford's son, actor and model Presley Gerber, recently got a face tattoo that reads, "Misunderstood." And you know what? You know what? He's right. He's right, isn't he? I was going to let him babysit my children before, but you can't judge a book by its cover, can you?
Viewership of the Oscars ceremony fell to an all-time low this year, with 20% less people tuning in than last year. Streaming giants like Netflix have toyed with holding their own award shows to recognize their original content, which I would assume would end with BoJack Horseman being awarded Show Most Likely to Induce a Depressive Episode.
On Monday, Bernie Sanders capped his New Hampshire rally with a guest appearance by venerated thousands rock band The Strokes, who played songs from their new album, The New Abnormal, releasing in April. When asked about the decision to book them, Sanders replied, "I wasn't a member of the stroke community until recently, but once it hit me, man, I was speechless."
The World Health Organization has released an updated name for the coronavirus, now called COVID-19, to avoid stigmatization of any one group or country. But where was this love for the Spanish flu, huh? Or more recently, for the Dos Equis plague wreaking havoc on Mexico?
Andrew Yang has fired dozens of his campaign advisors after his lackluster performance in the Iowa caucuses. Their severance packages reportedly amount to $10 million each, but his advisors can only get it delivered in monthly installments of 1,000 magical Yang coins. For Late Night Review, I'm Jamie Dunaway.
I'm Jack Overbeck.
Good night.
Some of us from Houston, some of us from Dallas, some close to Mexico. Shout out to the valley. Watch Longhorn late